Zhuanfang is not exactly peaceful these days, young lady. This ground is dangerous. It would be wiser not to linger here.
Sir, that advice applies just as well to yourself. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh? My apologies. I misjudged you. You carry a military blade, so you are a soldier, I take it. It's only that your face is new, and you do not dress like one of the wardens.
I'm with the Jinzhou Midnight Rangers. Why I've come to Xuanfang? It's a long story. Not for this place. Since you've questioned me, perhaps you can offer your own name and identity in return. As you said, this place is not exactly peaceful. A civilian wandering alone through these mountains is unusual, to say the least.
Of course. My name is Muyu. I am an artisan under the Xuanfang Ministry of Development. If you do not trust me, I have my badge with me. Yesterday, on orders from the Ministry of War, I went to a nearby censure court for routine maintenance. But before I even made it inside, I watched the auto puppets go rogue. They attacked the wardens escorting me. I was fortunate. I lived, but I had to retreat deep into the cliffs. Only once I was certain the auto puppets had moved on did I dare come back out. Then I found you here, looking rather shaken. Judging by the area around us, you must have endured quite a battle. Did you fight all these auto puppets yourself? Remarkable.
There's something about this man. Since you're a Ministry of Development artisan, let me escort you back to the hold.
This is no time to return to the hold. I must get to the Western Fang Peaks now. I must not dally.
The Western Fang Peaks? Why? What's there?
The Western Fang Peaks houses the Skyworks, Xuanfang's largest auto puppet production plant and tacit discord disposal facility. If that place falls, rogue auto puppets and tacit discords will spill into every corner of Xuanfang. The consequences are unthinkable. In truth, when I reviewed the patrol routes of the auto puppets days ago, I noticed a few had deviated from their assigned paths. Auto puppets are self-operating machines. At first, I assumed a few units had suffered minor faults in their circuits after fighting tacit discords. But now it seems the rebellion may have started from there. And the point where all those rogue units' paths converged was the Skyworks.
So you suspect the answer to why the auto puppets went rogue might be there?
Precisely.
We still don't know why the auto puppets malfunctioned. If, as you say, auto puppets and tacit discords have gathered at the Skyworks, then how do you stay safe if you go there alone?
The Xuanfang artisans spent generations crossing mountains and valleys. That is how the hold was built. I have inherited a measure of that nerve. Besides, Xuanfang is now on a knife's edge. Everyone thinking only of their own survival is hardly a wise strategy. But still, young lady from the Midnight Rangers, your skills are extraordinary. Were you to come with me, perhaps my safety would be much less of a concern.
The disappearances in Jinzhou also began around that same time. I can't ignore this lead. And whether he's telling the truth or not, I can't just leave this man on his own. All right, I'll go with you.
Excellent. Then let's not waste another second.
But the ruins of Yuan Fortress lie between the eastern and western Fang peaks. How do you plan to get there?
That is no problem. We artisans know every mechanical structure in the land of Xuanfang, and that includes Yuan Fortress. There's an old passage through the ruins that connects to the western Fang peaks. Rarely used now, but I know of it. This is the entrance. The fortress has been abandoned.
These are traces of the Fortress and Gorge's war.
Correct. When that war erupted, tacit discord swept into Xuanfang. The main battlefield was this fortress, built by Meng Zhou in earlier days against these monsters.
Those symbols on the mechanisms.
The construction was overseen by both the Ministry of Development and Zhuo Jun Letelier's Grand Helm. It would be
The Yuan Fortress battlefield. Even after all these years, it still feels so.
At the time, the tide of tacit discord swelled relentless. Meng Zhou's sentinel, Xin the Moon Fox, concluded that the fortress alone would not withstand their onslaught. So she turned to powers beyond mortal understanding. With the authority of her station, she raised Xuanfang Hold atop the ruins of Yuan Fortress. It was meant to be the apex of automata mechanics. Once complete, as the Sentinel envisioned, its very architecture would redirect and eliminate tacit discords.
They were using themselves as bait, luring tacit discords into the censure cages.
Against a tacit discord outbreak, the forces stationed in the fortress and the Atelier's blade puppets were little more than straw and mud.
And yet, because of them, so many others were spared. This damage, it isn't just from tacit discords. It looks more like some kind of explosion.
Then it seems you do not know how the fortress and Gorge's war truly ended. That is to be expected. Even now, to most of Meng Zhou, it is little more than a memory of suffering. When they realized that no amount of human effort could ever drive back the tacit discords, when every hope was exhausted, every option spent, Meng Zhou's last defenders detonated the entire Yuan fortress. After that, a higher will descended upon Xuanfang and brought that gruesome war to an end. No, this isn't right. What went wrong? Weapons? Mobility? Or is it... No!
Damn you, tacit discord.
fascinating. The most uncontrollable part of a person, remade into the stepping stone toward perfection. Is that not putting it to its best use? What is it, young lady? The Skyworks lies just ahead. We may soon learn the reason for the Auto Puppets' rebellion.
You're right.
This eye? Pay it no mind. An old wound left by a tacit discord years ago. Nothing.
This encounter, was it during the Fortress and Gorges War?
Interesting. You couldn't have known me before. And no one alive in Xuanfang knows the particulars of my past.
When people speak, they always try, without knowing, to hide what they leave. Unfortunately, I'm very good at seeing it.
Oh, you possess that ability. So then, I assume you saw something in that Sonoro, didn't you?
200 years ago, you were with Georgian Atelier.
Georgian Atelier. Even now, the name elicits a certain fondness. A so-called gathering of geniuses, eccentrics, and mad. In the eyes of a higher will, what difference is there between the wisest human beings and the cleverest colony of ants? The destination lies plainly within sight, and yet the Sentinel only watches from her lofty perch as the ants line up and march in circles. Meaningless circles. Fire has burned in this world so long, the world has forgotten how the fire began. The first flame was stolen.
You're the one behind all of this.
I'm not behind anything. Please do not demote me into one of those dull schemers. The sort you've likely heard of. The Fraxidus. I am simply finishing a research project. To do that, one requires experiments for supporting evidence.
You can save that speech with the Ministry of War.
I am a man who values efficiency. To waste even 1 second on anyone or anything unrelated to my purpose would already be excessive. I only revealed myself to you here because I determined it was necessary. You lavish so much attention on others, and so remain stubbornly blind to your own nature. Pitiful. The way you live is no different from burning a chine for kindling and boiling a crane for... I can sense it. The reverberations formed from your frequency are the perfect medium. The one I have long sought. 100, no, 1,000 ordinary reverberations could not compare to you.
From the moment we met, you've done nothing but talk at yourself. I don't understand what you're saying, and I don't care to. But I do know this. The wind will not carry these words anywhere. Your madness ends here!